Miss Kitty, the cat who roamed the trailer park in Seneca, South Carolina, possessed a unique blend of independence and intelligence. While she had a fiery personality, she was not aggressive, and her interactions with others were generally harmonious. Despite her occasional stubbornness, she was not difficult to handle, and her cleverness often impressed those around her. These traits endeared her to the residents of the trailer park, especially considering the hardships she had endured in the past. Several years prior, Miss Kitty had given birth to a litter of 7 kittens, a joyous occasion that filled the park with happiness. However, tragedy struck when one of the kittens passed away unexpectedly. This loss was only the beginning of a series of heartbreaking events, as each of Miss Kitty's remaining kittens succumbed to illness in the following weeks. The devastating loss left a profound impact on the Grant family and the entire community. Miss Kitty herself was deeply affected by the loss of her litter. Plunged into a state of depression, she withdrew from her usual activities, spending most of her time indoors and showing little interest in eating or socializing. It was a challenging period for her and those who cared for her, but gradually, she began to recover her spirits. Despite her resilience, the experience left a lasting imprint on Miss Kitty. While she regained her strong-willed nature, the memory of her lost kittens remained with her, shaping her behavior in subtle ways. The depth of her sorrow and eventual recovery served as a testament to her resilience and the enduring bond between humans and animals in the face of adversity. Shortly after the loss of her own litter, the Grants welcomed a black cocker spaniel named Smoochie into their home. Despite initial concerns about how Miss Kitty would react to the new addition, the 2 animals managed to coexist peacefully, albeit without forming a close bond. However, the tranquility of the household was soon disrupted by an unexpected turn of events. When Smoochie gave birth to a litter of puppies, it became evident that she lacked maternal instincts. She showed little interest in caring for her offspring, only attending to them begrudgingly when necessary. Meanwhile, Miss Kitty's demeanor grew increasingly gloomy, and she appeared to harbor feelings of jealousy towards the new mother and her puppies. The Grants hoped that the arrival of Smoochie's litter wouldn't cause tension between their pets. However, their concerns escalated when one of the puppies mysteriously disappeared. Despite extensive searches throughout the trailer park and the assistance of their neighbors, the missing puppy could not be located. The Grants were distraught, especially considering Smoochie's apparent lack of concern for her missing offspring. The situation took a darker turn when another puppy vanished without a trace the following day. The Grants were at a loss, unable to explain the mysterious disappearances. As they grappled with their growing unease, they couldn't shake the unsettling suspicion that Miss Kitty might somehow be involved in the disappearances. The following day brought a familiar scene, another puppy missing from Smoochie's litter. However, this time, Missy, the wife of the Grants, caught a glimpse of Miss Kitty carrying one of the puppies in her mouth across the garden. Suspicion confirmed, Missy decided to discreetly follow the cat to uncover the mystery. Miss Kitty led Missy to the garden of their neighbor, Linda Blackwell, and disappeared beneath her home. With a mix of trepidation and curiosity, Missy crawled after the cat and peered into the opening. To her relief, she discovered Miss Kitty nestled in a cozy nook, tenderly caring for the missing puppies as if they were her own. Much to the Grants' delight, Miss Kitty had taken on the role of surrogate mother, nursing and nurturing the puppies with her own milk. Despite Smoochie's lack of maternal instincts, the puppies seemed content under Miss Kitty's care. However, it was essential for their health that they also received nourishment from their biological mother. Reluctantly, the Grants devised a plan to encourage Smoochie to fulfill her maternal duties. Meanwhile, the puppies thrived under Miss Kitty's attentive care, forming a strong bond with their newfound adoptive mother. Yet, the Grants still faced the challenge of addressing Smoochie's disposition and ensuring harmony within their home. Realizing the urgency of their situation, the Grants knew they had to address Smoochie's inability to nurture her puppies. Unfamiliar with such behavior in a dog mother, they embarked on days of brainstorming to find a solution. Their first step was to consider seeking professional advice from a veterinarian, but they were unprepared for the revelations that awaited them. Though initially hopeful, the prospect of taking Smoochie to the vet stirred memories of her previous distressing visits. Despite her aversion, they resolved to proceed, understanding the importance of uncovering the root cause of her behavior. Clipping her leash on, they maneuvered her into the car, bracing themselves for the challenging journey ahead. Arriving at the veterinary clinic, the Grants eagerly awaited the vet's assessment, eager for answers. However, the consultation yielded more questions than solutions. The veterinarian's explanation, filled with technical terms, left them feeling disillusioned and helpless. His inability to pinpoint the cause of Smoochie's distress only compounded their frustration. Disheartened by the lack of clarity, they returned home with Smoochie, grappling with a sense of defeat. Despite their efforts, they couldn't shake the feeling of helplessness, compounded by the knowledge that their beloved pet had endured the ordeal of the vet's office with no tangible outcome. Returning home, the Grants settled Smoochie into her bed, where she immediately drifted off to sleep. Despite her exhaustion, they knew they couldn't afford to delay finding a solution to their current predicament. The puppies were growing rapidly, and without a nurturing mother figure, they feared for their well-being. Driven by their determination to provide the best care for their animals, the Grants scoured the internet for answers, hoping to stumble upon a solution. Days passed fruitlessly until, unexpectedly, a call from an unfamiliar number interrupted their routine. Tentatively, they answered, unsure of what to expect. To their surprise, the caller expressed genuine concern for their situation and offered assistance. Bewildered by this unexpected act of kindness from a stranger, the Grants approached the offer with caution. Could this be a genuine lifeline or a deceptive ploy? As they listened to the stranger's proposition, a glimmer of hope flickered within them. He claimed to have overheard their conversation with the vet and believed he could provide assistance. Intrigued yet wary, the Grants awaited his advice, hoping it would offer a ray of hope for their beloved Smoochie. The man on the phone offered a surprising diagnosis: postnatal depression. Though initially skeptical of the idea that animals could suffer from such a condition, the Grants decided to explore this avenue further, desperate for a solution to Smoochie's plight. Armed with this new insight, they delved into specialized strategies to alleviate Smoochie's depression. Implementing a structured routine, offering positive reinforcement, and increasing her exercise regimen became their primary focus. It was a challenging adjustment, but they remained hopeful that these efforts would yield positive results. To their relief and astonishment, Smoochie's demeanor gradually improved over the course of a week. Encouraged by this progress, they cautiously reintroduced her to the puppies she had previously neglected. To their delight, Smoochie responded with warmth and recognition, finally embracing her role as a nurturing mother. With Smoochie's recovery and newfound maternal instincts, the Grants felt a sense of relief and gratitude, knowing they had overcome a challenging ordeal together.